Before I had my, ear instant, I was in the process of testing out a new light. This light, the Light & Motion SOLA Dive Pro 2000. I probably got about 15 dives in it before I had to stop diving for a while, but I figured that's enough for me to be able to share my thoughts with you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Divers Ready. My name's James. It is so great to see all of your smiling faces out there in YouTube land. I hope you're all doing really well. And welcome to this, the second gear review video for 2021, where we're going to be taking a look at the Light & Motion SOLA Dive Pro 2000. If you're new to our channel, make your next dive on that little red subscribe button down there and click the bell icon next to it so you'll never miss any of our future videos, because we make videos with one simple goal in mind, and that's to help make you a better scuba diver. Okay, quick side note here guys, why does it feel like every product coming to market these days has to have either the word pro or tactical in either the title or description? It's like if they don't use one of those two words, they're not going to attract a certain segment of beta male. I don't get it. I don't understand. Like, for me, pro means professional, which means anyone who gets paid to do a professional job. If they use that item, it's a professional item. If you're a golfer and your handicap is in double digits, your golf balls aren't pro, even if they've got the word pro printed on them, because they're being used by you. And then you come to the word tactical, which means anything you use these days is tactical. I've got tactical wooden spoons in my kitchen, which are only tactical when I intend to stir sauce. So putting tactical on something just means this product was intended to be used. I don't understand it. So these days, anything that's advertised as pro or tactical, I'm super wary of. Okay, back. Two quick disclaimers before we get started. Number one, this is a proper review video, not a spec sheet read off. I have put a link in the description of this video below to the webpage for this product on the Light & Motion website, and that will have all of the technical specifications so you can read up. I trust you guys, you're intelligent, you don't need me to read the website to you. I will be showing you footage of it underwater. I'm going to be telling you things that I love about the light. I'm going to be telling you things that I didn't care for, and I'm going to be telling you who I feel this light is best suited for. All of the opinions in this video are my own and based on my personal user experience. And secondly, this is not a sponsored review. I have not received any compensation. Light & Motion do not even know that I'm making this video at time of recording. So these are completely unbiased opinions, again, based on my own user experience. And I bought the light with my own money. This is not a donated or given gift of a light. I paid for it. All right, that's that out of the way. Moving on. I've got 5 things that I love about this light. Let's start with the fact that it is lightsaber bright. I mean, you're down there underwater Jediing it up. It's insane. You're probably driving your dive buddy nuts. Yeah, it's really bright. Yes, it's only 2000 lumens. There are brighter, more powerful lights out there, but look at it. It's hand packaged 2000 lumens with an 8-degree beam, super concentrated, really good for search operations and just having a good look-see around in an overhead environment. Second thing I love about it is the run time. So I tested it 2 ways, once on the highest power and once on the lowest power. The highest power, I managed to get 60 minutes of runtime at the full 2000 lumens. So that's 3 LED indicators, all of them on. do the whole dive, and I managed to get 60 minutes, which is actually higher than what they advertise. They say it should last 45. I got 60 out of it. And then I did a separate test, obviously went home, recharged the light, brought it back, and the next day dove with it only on the first level of power, which is about 200 lumens, and it lasted for 2 days and still had over 25% of juice left. So pretty damn decent runtime. It is the largest in the solar range. It's a larger body, and that is obviously to house a larger capacity battery. Which brings me to the next thing I love about it, which is the true fast charge technology. I got this torch from completely dead, no life whatsoever, to a full charge in 90 minutes. That's fantastic. And you can even get an adapter now just to charge it straight out of the port in your car. So if you're out in a remote location, you can still keep the juice in this baby topped up. And then the fourth thing, still on the subject of battery and power, is the LED illuminators. So these little illuminators here that show you how much power you've got remaining based on what color the LEDs are, which is the same across the solar range. So there you can see they're green right now, that goes to amber, goes to red as the battery depletes, which means that if you're in a deep, dark, scary place, you know when your light is about to die before it actually dies, and you can get your backup light out and get ready for it. And then number 5 is just how compact the design is. I mean, you know, I don't need a canister light for the types of tech dives that we do here in South Florida, or the guided dives, or any kind of dives I'm doing. Really, 90 minutes is about as much time as I'm spending on a single dive. I'm not doing 4 to 5 hour cave dives. I don't need a big bulky canister light. It's unnecessary, it's overkill. What I've got here is a really powerful light with a really decent runtime in a nice compact housing. So I can still mount computers on the rest of my wrist. I can mount them on the other side. I've got room and space because my primary light isn't taking up a huge amount of room on my setup overall. Now, since I've had this light, it has been 100% reliable and has performed flawlessly. So when I come to the sort of constructive comments here in a bit, these aren't really complaints or criticisms, it's more just food for thought. If you're considering to buy this light, here are some points you might want to think about. Starting with, definitely not a video light, all right? This is a spotlight, this is a search light, this is a good light for wreck divers or night divers as a primary light, fantastic. Definitely not for video use. There are other models in the solar range from Light & Motion, as well as other companies out there, that produce both a spot and a flood. The flood, the wide angle, is what you want for video. Nice soft light dispersion. The spot is what you want for looking around inside of wrecks, inside of caverns, in dark environments, going on night dives with a nice focused beam. This is the latter, definitely not for video. So if you're looking for a light that can do both, this is definitely not it. Second thing or consideration on the constructive side is love the sealed body design, love that it's factory sealed, it charges through the ports on the outlet there. Same as the Venture Heat, the first product that we reviewed this year that also has battery connectors on an external basis. You've got to keep these connectors clean, so you've got to be vigilant about it. It's not just about giving a freshwater dunk at the end of a dive and leaving it to dry. You've got to get in there with a Q-tip, with some alcohol, with some vinegar, clean the contacts, otherwise they corrode really quickly. Also, the spring on the inside there needs to be greased up to make sure that the switch stays nice and smooth and fluid. So just a couple of minor maintenance considerations. Next up, the soft Goodman handle. Yeah, it fits okay, you can get it nice and tight, sure. The actual hand grip here on all the Solas I've never particularly cared for, this weird kind of spongy rubber piece here with an unnecessary O-ring. I've never ever needed that in my life, but you know, it is what it is. My main complaint about the Goodman handle is that I have great big silverback hands, and when I want to try and get this on over my gloves, I have to loosen it all the way up, and more often than not, the strap on this side has actually fed out of the buckle and will actually slide out and come completely loose, which means then I either have to take it off, rethread it and start again, or try and rethread it one-handed with the light on the other hand. Not a big deal, but just if you've got bigger hands, that's something to consider. And for Light & Motion's sake, for future iterations, it would be good if you put a little bit of kind of plastic something on the end there to stop it from pulling all the way through. Hashtag first world problems. I know, it's a small thing, but it got a little bit annoying. My fourth constructive criticism when it comes to Light & Motion lights, Sola Dive Pro, all the lights in the range, really is Light & Motion's customer service I've had mixed experiences with. On a personal level, I've received very, very good customer service. For example, they sent me a replacement button switch for a light that was well out of warranty. It just had come off on a dive, and I told them and they were like, yeah, sure, no worries, have one. I'll send it to you in the post, great, no problem at all. To having warranty issues with them for a light that was in warranty, where they turned around and said, well, sorry, but the warranty doesn't cover the batteries, which are their batteries and it's a sealed body design, so why doesn't the warranty cover the batteries? I've also had close dive buddies also have some issues with their customer service, with warranty claims, that kind of stuff. So hopefully something that Light & Motion can smooth out and be consistent, and hopefully improve on that aspect. Again, I've had very good service from them. I've had kind of mixed service from them. So just food for thought. Overall though, I'm still a massive fan of Light & Motion products, particularly the Sola range, which brings me to who do I think this particular torch, the Sola Dive Pro 2000, is best suited for, or is it professional grade? Yes, unequivocally yes. I think all dive professionals would benefit from having this light in their kit bag because really powerful, really good run time. So if you keep it on the low setting, you can go multiple days of diving without having to recharge it. One less thing to worry about. It's definitely durable, it's definitely strong, nice big sealed body design and a heavyweight battery. Definitely good for dive professionals. I also think search and recovery, public safety divers would benefit from having a small, compact, powerful light like this that can just pierce through bad visibility when you're on a search and recovery operation. I also think if you're a diver who's into night dives, this would be a fantastic primary light because you know it's going to last as long as a single tank night dive, even on the highest setting with zero natural light available. Obviously, if you're looking for a light that can do both spot and flood, this isn't the light for you, but there are other lights in the Sola range from Light & Motion that fit the bill. Also, if you're an ambient light, shallow reef kind of diver that's just looking for a light to maybe peep under some ledges, that kind of thing, this is probably overkill. Overall though, I've been really, really happy with this light. It serves my purpose down to a T. It's a great primary light for rec and tech diving, and I'm thinking about getting a second one to add to my rental fleet for my tech students. So I'm very happy with it. I'm looking forward to many, many awesome dives to come with it as soon as I can get this damn ear fixed and I can get back in the water. Until next time, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't done so already and click the little bell icon. And just over here, I'll put some other videos that you can enjoy at your leisure. Until next time, my name's James. This was your Divers Ready review of the Sola Dive Pro 2000 from Light & Motion. Dive safe, dive often.